Hello, here is Su for indieBerlin Radio, and my guest today is Rick Treffers from Spain. Hello.
Hello, Berlin. How are you? I'm from Spain. I'm from Holland, but I'm in Germany right now.
Yeah, because you have a concert here at Schokoladen.
Yes.
And your new album is out since November?
Yeah, since November on Solaris Empire label. Yeah.
And it's called The Loop of Love, and we start directly with a song.
Yeah, the song is called Go. It was one of the first songs I recorded for this album when I arrived in Spain in 2011.
I will get over it soon. I just have to wait until time goes by. I'm still under the spell of the moon, but tomorrow there will be clear blue skies. I'm not gonna blame it on you. You did all you could and so did I know our love has been true, and it makes it harder to say goodbye. You are gone, I will go. You are gone, I will go. You are gone, I will go. Yes, I will get over it soon. I just have to wait until tears subside. I decided to wait until noon. At noon there will be clear blue skies. I'm not gonna blame it on you. You did all you could and so did I know our love has been true, and it makes it harder to say goodbye. You are gone, I will go. You are gone, I will go. You are gone, I will go. Go with the flow, wherever it is I'll go. I only have to exist, that's all. It's all about surviving alone. Now that I gave up on our love, there are trains of possibility stopping at my station. It's the consequence of the impossibility of infatuation. Now you are gone, I can go. 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 Gone.
So your album is called The Loop of Love. I guess it has to do with the look of love with the song from the 80s.
No, it doesn't got to do with the look of love. Well, maybe it has to do a little bit, the title, with the look of love, but another song, the song from the 60s, from Burt Bacharach, not the song of ABC. I know you're young, but I'm older. So I'm a little bit influenced by this music of the 60s, like Burt Bacharach and the Astrid Gilberto and Bossa Nova kind of stuff. But I just thought it was a nice wordplay because the loop of love doesn't have to do anything with the look of love. Of course, the loop is something, it's like a circle, it's coming back all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it more melancholic?
Yeah, well, the loop of love is about that one day, well, like all people, can have a relationship, and that when the relationship finishes, you need some time to get over it. Sometimes it's 2 days, sometimes it's 2 months, or maybe it can be 2 years or 10 years
or 20.
Yeah, 20. And so finally, when the moment comes that you really got over it, then you feel like some more new space to do new things and to meet new people. But right at this day, the next day, your ex is sending you a message by telephone. Oh, do you want to have a coffee? And then it starts all over again. So the loop is love. Love has got 14 songs about this, and some positive, optimistic songs about going into the future, but also other songs that are more melancholic, that go back to the love that was before. So that's a little bit the word game play in the record too, because it's like once you put on the record, you cannot escape from it anymore, because you always go back to the past again.
Yeah. And what would you say, which is represented most on this album? Which mood?
Well, people call me here the King of Melancholy. I think it sounds great. But the difference between the former albums I made and this one is that there's more light and maybe more I think light in it, maybe a little bit more happiness or more optimism than before. And maybe that's got to do with me living in Spain, because there's a lot of sunshine there. But it's also got to do with, I think, experience in life and to be hopeful.
So would you say you will become happier with your age? The older you get?
No, happier, I don't know, happier, but maybe more confident and more quiet, a little bit more. More dramatic, less dramatic. Less dramatic, I guess.
Yeah. So let's listen maybe to a happier song.
A happier song. Yeah, we can listen to the song which is called Something New, which is exactly about that, meeting somebody else, something new, somebody new, and start something new. And maybe the melody in the song can be melancholic, but the lyrics are very happy, actually.
Na 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 A new affair begins, I am putting on new wings. It feels good to start from scratch, feel the joy of a new couch. All the lamps light up, kisses filling my cup. Newness kills what should have been. I was lost, now I can win. It's a new season, there ain't no reason to believe in what has been. I love to hope, I hope to love you. Let's kick off with something new. I see your eyes happily shine, reflecting into mine. I'd like to freeze the state we're in. I want to stop where we begin, because in time all will change. The course of things will rearrange. All high hopes and sweet dreams, they're just temporary themes. It's a new season, there ain't no reason to believe in what has been. I love to hope, I hope to love you. Let's kick off with something new, with something new. something new. It's a new season, there ain't no reason to believe in what has been.
Would you say that everybody is somehow in a constant loop of love?
Yes, I think so, because I also noticed that with the audience, because in my during my concerts in Spain, for example, I saw different kind of people, different ages. And for example, there were a lot of girls who were singing the lyrics and they really liked the music, but they have a couple, they have a relationship. Mm-hmm. So I think when you're in a relationship, maybe you think about escaping from it or going away from it, or when you don't have one, you want to have one. So there's always this doubt, or maybe did I make the right decision, or should I take another one? And these doubts are also in the lyrics and in the music, because you never know for sure what it will bring. Yeah. I think a lot of people have this problem because they're never sure if they took the right decision. And I think it's a little bit about that too. What step do I have to take to go further in life? Mm-hmm. So it's more a universal theme than just talking about singing about love.
Mm-hmm. But there are also some people who seem to be on a stable track of love. For example, these couples that are married for, 20, 30 years. What do you think? What distinguishes them from the people who are in this loop of love?
Yeah, maybe, of course, there's a lot of factors that play a role there. But one of the things could be that people who are more stable, they're more stable from their youth, huh? Mm-hmm. But it's also true maybe that some people decide just to focus their attention on their jobs and their career and their other stuff. And when they met somebody and they get along with them like a good friend, they choose to stay with this person and they don't long for more. Mm-hmm. And maybe they're melancholy because, for example, I have a friend who is a very stable relationship. And he's very happy guy, and he's laughing a lot, and he works a lot. But the music he listens to is very melancholic. Oh. So that's the way for him to
suffer a bit.
Yeah, to do something with those feelings too, because you cannot say that people are 100% happy. There are always fears or being sad about stuff. So you need some kind of way to escape from that. Mm-hmm. But you're right. Not everybody is in a loop of love, of course, because love is very important in life. But you can not always be busy with it. You have to do other things too.
Yeah. And if you had the choice between being in this constant loop of love or walking on this stable track of love, what would you choose then?
Well, I think...
the loop of love is maybe more adventurous, but...
Yeah, well, if a loop is not really positive in a way, because a loop is always the same. It's the same round. True, yeah. And what I like in my life is just to meet many people, and to have maybe more relationships, but also to go ahead and to develop things, So if you are very stable and you really know what you want, and you study at the university and you go have a good job, and then you can develop a lot of things. But my life has been different. I've been going everywhere. I've been living in many countries and many places, and have many girlfriends, and I also had a lot of time that I was alone. So this is my life, and so then that's what I write songs about. So and now I write songs about my life, and I earn some money with it. So that's also my career. So it's impossible to escape from that now. Although I don't want to stay in the loop of love for all my life. So the next album won't be about love, I think. I hope.
I think it's maybe difficult to make a full album not about love. I think that's a challenge.
Yeah, but singing about love is also singing about life. And I was thinking maybe for the next album I will sing about trying to be friends with your ex. So that's not really about love, but it also has to do with it,
Is there already a song on your album which is not about love?
Yeah, there are two songs that are not really directly about love. One of them is Counting to 10, and it's about trying to escape from thinking too much and just doing some exercises and moving, and not wanting too much, not wanting everything. So accepting that and try to breathe and to enjoy what you have.
I want to feel the change of seasons. I want it all, I want it still. I want to grab before I'm leaving. I'm on the hunt for a last great thrill. I won't hang on now, I've got to leave this place. Got to open up again. I'm not too fond of just repeating, or simply do some remembering when. I've got to travel like I was a young kid. The more you tell me about being zen, I've got to know and feel what moves me. I'm sick and tired of counting to 10. I'm sick and tired of counting to 10.
Slow it down, leave it now. Be sweet, you're drawn too fast. Breathe in, breathe out. Hands and forth, head and south. Living on, just look around, hold it now, and hold your tongue, and lift your breath, just slow it down.
Yeah, Rick, as you have already mentioned, you come originally from the Netherlands. Now you live in Spain and you have other projects. You have a project where you sing in Spanish.
Yeah.
El Turista Optimista. Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
And then in Dutch, you sing as yourself as Rick Treffers.
Yeah, I did so. Yeah. When I went to Spain in 2011, I had the idea to finally sing some songs in Spanish. And I just gave it a try, and then some songs came out about Spanish culture. So these songs are like more conceptual songs about how I see the Spanish culture and the people. These are songs, also pop songs, but with with more irony and some sense of humor. And it was quite a success in Spain because it was like a mirror I held up to them, so they could see, they couldn't hear things they do, but I were aware of, but I sing about them. So it was quite funny. And then my Dutch work was before that. I made 3 albums in between 2007 and 2010. And it was a mixture of, pop, poetic songs, a little bit also of some irony in it. So it was a good start to sing in another language, although for me it's very difficult to sing in Dutch. But it turned out quite well. But when I sing about love, for example, I prefer to sing in English because that's the language I always sang in. And then another project I do in Spain is I'm singing in English for people who want to learn English. So I sing known songs by whatever, Madonna or Queen or Amy Winehouse or whatever, and then we sing all together. So I teach them how to pronounce, and I make some mistakes deliberately so they can correct them. And it's quite a nice project I do in libraries and in bars.
I guess it's a lot of fun to learn language with songs.
It's a lot of fun, and those Spanish people, they really like, although they don't have any money, they really like to have fun. So they really like to party. So they have a beer and some bocadillo, some sandwich, and then we sing all together. That's nice. Yeah.
And would you say that expressing yourself with music in different languages, in 3 different languages, is something which enriches you in its completeness?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I also wrote a song in Valencian, in Catalan, a year ago, and it also turned out very differently. So the language determines sometimes the kind of music that comes out. So my Spanish music and Dutch music is different because of the language, because of the sounds in the language. So these are, though maybe let's say the mist part is a little bit more serious part, the more melancholic part of Rick Treffers, and the Spanish part is more the happy part or the ironic part with humor in it. I really couldn't sing an English song with a lot of sense of humor, I think. I don't know. I will sing about heartbreak or life or universal stuff. So for me, personally, it's also nice to have these both sides, the more light side and the more dark side, the darker side, yeah.
And do you think there's a language missing? Is there a language that you are going to learn and then sing in this language?
Well, I have thought about singing in other languages, but maybe, I like to sing in French, for example, because I was really a big fan of Jacques Brel, and I sang some French songs, but I couldn't compose songs in French, I guess. Well, maybe some dance songs with some 3 or 4 words. I don't know. It could be a nice idea to sing something in German too, but I don't know. I would have to try and see what comes out.
Yeah, maybe it's a nice experiment.
Yeah. Although I wouldn't call my band Mist then, because Mist in German means like something like shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, then let's listen maybe to your first single of the album, Heartache.
Yeah. Yeah, Heartache is actually about what I told before. It's about going to the future and try to forget the past and trying to get rid of the past, which is difficult. So it's enough now. We wasted enough time to think about the past. That's what it's all about, the whole record about. So this song is symbolizing this.
This heartache, it takes too long now. It's time to make a giant step forward. This heartbreak, it leads to nothing else but the same old sad songs with the same old sad words, all over again, all over again. This heartache, it takes the long road. It ain't the right track, no, it just takes you back to heartbreak. Not a romantic place. All you see there in the mirror do is find somebody else, someone with a different style. Send all disappointments straight to hell and carry on with a smile. This heartache, just say so long now. Your life is ending before you know it. The day breaks, the birds repeat their songs, but birds ain't stupid, they just don't want to belong to no one, to no one, to no one. Disappointment straight to hell and carry on with a smile.
Can you tell us why exactly did you, or not maybe exactly, but why did you leave the Netherlands?
Because when I was 22, I already lived in Spain for 1 year, and then after that I started to write music and to release albums. So all my albums were released in Spain first. So with a band from Amsterdam, we went on tour every 2-3 years to Spain. So we made a lot of friends and contacts, and I was really liked the reactions of the Spanish audience. So in 2011, some projects in the Netherlands, they finished, and I always told people and told myself, one day I'll go back to Spain. So, and that was the moment, because always these projects were finished, and a relationship was finished. So it was a good moment to take my bags and go finally. Although it's not very far, I go to the Netherlands every now and then to see my mother, or I go to Germany to see friends or to play. But living in Spain is quite relaxed.
And what do you like especially about Spain?
Well, as a Dutchman, I can feel free there. It's not very expensive. It's good weather. The food is great. People are very nice. Like the standard things, actually. Beautiful landscapes. And then I have some luck with my music there, so why should I go away?
Yeah, true. And have you ever lived in Berlin?
No.
No?
Berlin is my favorite city. So I would really like to live in Berlin, but it's colder here and it's difficult maybe to, to settle here or something. Maybe I should fall in love with a Berlin woman and then start a new look of love.
And then you have a reason.
Then it could be possible. I really like the city, but I was here in 1983 for the first time when I was 14 or 15 with my school. It was still with the wall. We were in East and West Berlin, and it was really impressive. And then I got back very, very often with other musicians and playing, and there were some friends and things happening with people here, and I did a lot of shows there since 2004 with the band, but also solo. And I really love the vibes of the city, and I feel really free in Berlin. It's a multicultural city, and there's a lot of things going on always, and I don't feel like in Paris or London, it's more hectic, I think, than in Berlin in a way. I don't know why, but in Berlin there's more light and more freedom. The pity is that it can be so cold in the winter.
And what do you think is different about the audience in Berlin when you play here or when you play in Spain in comparison?
Well, Berlin is so multicultural that it can be very different every show. But in general, in Germany, I have noticed that people are very serious about my music. They listen very carefully. In Berlin too, And then, but they don't show it at the first time. So they don't show it during the show. They show it after the show. They say, "Oh yeah, it was good. I want to buy a CD." Okay, good, great. It was great. But in Spain, for example, they show it during the show, and that's, for me as a musician, that's great.
Yeah.
And the living room concerts I have done here in Berlin, because I was also founder of Live in the Living, which you may know, which is a concert series which is now led by Elena Bruckner. And I started this in the Netherlands, and just playing just without any amplification in living rooms, and I did that a lot here in Berlin. And I also know at these living room concerts you notice that the German people in general are a bit more quieter, but they're very, very enthusiastic and very serious, and I like that because they really pay attention. And that's one reason I left the Netherlands, because in the Netherlands they always talk about themselves, and in the shows it's very difficult to get the attention. I think in Germany that's a bit easier, because the people may be a little bit more serious about art.
So you also got to know the indie scene here in Berlin a bit.
Yeah, well, since 2004 we played in some places. We played at Bastard Club, and with Das Pop we played twice at the Popcom Fair. And we played at Grüner Salon, so I know I know some venues, and I met some musicians too. And I always play in other places, so I get to know it. But I don't know really the indie scene because I don't live here. I should live here to really know it well.
Okay. And so far, Berlin has already changed a lot, of course, from 83 to 2016 now.
Well, also in 10 years, it's changed a lot, because when I was here in 2004 and 2005, I was here very often. I really liked it, and I still like it, but I don't like the gentrification of Berlin, which is taking place also in Barcelona and Madrid, the big cities. And it's a pity a little bit, because the real original flavor is going away a little bit, or you have to find it somewhere else.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's life, and I don't want to complain about it.
And when you hear the name indieBerlin, what do you associate with it? What are your first thoughts?
Well, being independent is such a difficult thing to describe. Indie. The word indie also in Spain is used a lot, and indie stands for something else, something alternative or independent. But actually, the word indie is meaning not mainstream, but it can be everything. Because I think I'm independent in many ways, but I don't feel indie or something. Indie is not just bands that cannot really play well and sound horrible, but lo-fi, but they are just cool. I don't think that's indie. I hope it's not, because I want to play good and I want to play badly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes indie has the association of something crappy, but it's not for me. Indie is being independent and being different from what the mainstream wants from you.
Yeah, because you have more freedom when you're not in this mainstream stuff.
Well, to a certain extent, because if you don't have money, you don't have freedom. But at least you should do what you want to do and what you feel you have to do in your life, and that's being indie, I guess. And in that case, from that point of view, I'm totally indie, because I don't want to do things I don't like.
Yeah, that's good. And coming back to your music, so the next single is published in April.
Well, in April, there will be a new video clip of a song called Hey. I'm working together with different filmmakers. For every video clip, I use another filmmaker. So this will be in April, and then in the summer, we will play on some festivals in Spain with a band, because I have 4 new musicians that are playing with me now, like Mist. And well, maybe after the summer I'll do a small acoustic tour, or maybe with a band, if it would be possible, in Germany, Austria and Switzerland. And then it's time to think about the next record already. So I'm just composing new songs, and hopefully in 2017 there will be a next Mist album again. So it's a lot of work, but it gives me a lot of energy too. So really happy to compose Mist songs again, because I've been away for 7 years with this, so it was time to come back.
Really?
Yeah. Between 2008 and 2015, there was no Mist release. So the first 3 albums and the EP were from 2003 to 2008.
So you think there's also, for the listeners, something to recognize there's this big gap, because there's such a big difference? between the last album and the album now?
Well, the difference is not really big, but there are still people from back then who buy my albums. So, but there's a lot of new, younger people who now get to know the music, and that's nice. The older people, they still like it, and they bought the album, and they come to the shows. But it's nice to know that there are younger people that also like these songs, because that's for me. That's all about the songs and the sounds of Mist. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, then thank you a lot for being my guest at indieBerlin Radio.
Thank you very much.
And I hope you have a lot of fun here in Berlin and then again later in Spain. Great concerts and everything.
Thank you very much. Well, and I hope everything will turn out well, and that in the end I'll be a happy man. It's also the title of the last song of the broadcast, I think.
Exactly. And we finished this interview with the song Happy Man. So...
Okay, let's just listen to it and be happy for now.
Be happy.
It's so fun, it's the final, it's the last goodbye. There's nothing left to say or deny. All questions have been answered, fear and hate have evaporated. That's why I wave goodbye to all my fellow patients. There ain't no need for any congratulations. I just turn around and travel back to where it all began, and that's in your arms. In your arms I was a happy man. In your arms there was no where or when or what, who, how or why. It's the final, it's the last goodbye. No tears to shed or reasons to cry. My heart has surrendered, successfully reanimated. That's why I leave the stage and get dressed for a new era. I've been a refugee hiding for the terror. I now turn around and travel back to where it all began, and that's in your arms. In your arms I was a happy man. In your arms there was no where or when or what, who, how or why. Na 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 na. In your arms I was a happy man. In your arms there was no where or when or what, who, how or why. In your arms I was a happy man. In your arms there was no where or when or what, who, how or why.